Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine at your home. I'm Pooja. I'm your computer teacher. Okay, I'm going to teach you your computer subject. I hope you all are enjoying your subject computer with me. Okay, so we are going to start our first chapter, which is Introduction to Computers. The evolution of computers means how the computers can develop. कैसे ये computers develop हुए from simple mechanical calculating device to automatic calculating device. The meaning of evolution means the growth and the development. Okay, we can say that the computer is an electronic machine. Okay, it is correct, but computer is a calculating device. Computer is not only a calculating device. We can say that it is an electronic machine which can calculate the things, which can perform certain tasks, which gives the accurate result. Means you know very well it user can gives the input to the computer, and after that we get the output from the computer. Computer can perform so many tasks, numerous tasks at a time without any tiredness in comparison to human being. In the previous classes, we have already discussed, we have done beta, ki what is the difference between computer and human being and how the computers can perform the task very fastly and gives the result very accurately as compared to human being. Now the evolution starts from abacus. The abacus is an mechanical device which is used for calculations, and it was developed by China because it can perform the addition, subtraction, multiply and divide, and it is made up of wooden frame, okay, with rods, and each rod having some beads, and these rods are divided into the two parts. The first one is earth and the second one is heaven. Okay, now I think it is clear what do you mean by abacus. In the previous or in the ancient time, when a child learns how we can add the things, on that time we are using abacus to calculate the things. Now, the Napier bones. The Napier bone is developed by John Napier in 1617, and it can perform the multiply with the repeated additions, and it can perform the subtraction, or it can perform the division with the repeated subtraction. For example, I want to add a number to 10 times. So if I am going to multiply with 2 multiply 10, so the result 2 multiply 10 and the addition of 2 10 times, it is same. So to perform the multiply with the repeated additions and to perform the division with the repeated subtractions, we are using Napier bones, and it is consist of a rectangular box, okay, and it is made up of some bones and ivories. Now what are ivories? Ivory means एलिफेंट टीथ्स. आपने कभी एलिफेंट टीथ्स देखे हैं? वो नीचे से कैसे होते हैं? नीचे से राउंड शेप में होते हैं. तो हमारी नापियर बोन्स की जो रॉड्स होती हैं वो भी नीचे से इसी शेप में मुड़ी हुई होती हैं, टर्न्ड होती हैं वो. ठीक है. नाउ द पास्कल लाइन. बेटा the Pascal line is developed by the Blaise Pascal in 1642, and it can perform only and only addition and subtraction, and it also looks like a rectangular box. But in Pascal line we are using gears, wheels and dials. इन द एनिशियन टाइम, अगर आपको पता, आपको याद हो तो डायल्स के जो आपके राउंड्स टेलीफोन्स यूज होते थे, डायल्स, जिसमें आपको क्या करना पड़ता था, स्क्रीन को पूरा राउंड करना पड़ता था नंबर को डायल करने के लिए. सो वी आर यूजिंग सम गियर्स एंड डायल्स, एंड नंबर्स वर डिस्प्लेड बाय रोटेटिंग द व्हील्स. जैसे ही आप उन व्हील्स को रोटेट करते हो तो वहां पर नंबर डिस्प्ले होते थे. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज अ एडिंग मशीन. Now the difference engine, it was developed by the Charles Babbage in 1822. It can perform the mathematical operations automatically. Now, what are mathematical operations? Like if we want to add any number, we want to subtract any number, we want to divide, we want to multiply any number. For that, it can perform the mathematical operations automatically. We have to just to instruct the computer that we want to add this number, so it can perform the operation automatically. And it was the earliest automatic computer, and the difference engine provides the steams to power to make it work. वो वर्क को परफॉर्म करने के लिए एज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पावर वो स्टीम प्रोवाइड करता है. Now the analytical engine. Beta, it was also developed by the Charles Babbage in 1837, and it is the general purpose fully programmed computer, and it gives us 5 units. The first one is input, second is output, third one is storage devices, fourth one is control, and the fifth one is CPU. Okay, and tabulating machine. It is used to tabulate the data, means it was our first electronic machine which was developed by the Dr. Herman Hollerith in 1890s, and it is capable of reading the data, and it is capable of processing the data, and it gives us the output, and it can perform any operations. Now the Mackay computer, which was developed by the Howard H. Aiken in 1944, it was the first automatic digital computer. ये हमारा सबसे पहला automatic digital computer है, because यहाँ से हमारे modern computers की beginning start हुई थी, है ना. और हम इसे क्या बोल सकते हैं बेटा? ऑटोमेटिक जर्नल कंप्यूटर भी बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये ऑटोमेटिकली क्या करता है, चीज़ों को क्या हमारे ऑपरेशंस को परफॉर्म करता है और कैलकुलेशंस परफॉर्म करता है. बट इन माकाय देयर आर सम प्रॉब्लम्स विल बी फेसेस. सो ENIAC means ENIAC was developed with some more features. It was developed by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert in 1946. It was the first general purpose electronic digital computer, and it was 1,000 times better than the Mackay. Okay, it is much more better than the Mackay because it consisted of 18,000 vacuum tubes. Now, what are vacuum tubes? Beta, it is a glass tube. Vacuum tube is a glass tube in which all the air has been removed, and it is an electronic component in which a electronic device is passed for what? Current को pass करने के लिए, to pass the current from it. Okay. Now what are in the like हमने last में पढ़ा था what? Tabulating machine. बेटा, to store the data in our tabulating machine, we are using punch cards. Punch cards क्या होते हैं? Punch cards are some wooden frames or some paper frames in which human being can create some holes to represent our stored data. And after the ENIAC, EDSAC was developed, means EDSAC was developed, electronic delay storage automatic calculator, which was developed by the Morris Walkies, and it was developed in 1949. It was our first electronic computer that can uses the some stored programs, and it was faster than the ENIAC. Now finally the Univac was developed. It was developed by John Mackley, okay, in 1951. It was our first commercial available electronic computer which can handle both the data, means the numeric as well as the text, because the previous devices can handle only the numeric data to calculate the things, to calculate the operations, to perform the mathematical operations, to perform the mathematical operations. But the Univac is the first commercial electronic computer which can perform both the things. The numeric data, it can handle also the numeric data, and second, it can handle also the text data. Topic is types of computer, the types of modern computers. Now, what are modern computers? Beta, the concept of computer was introduced in 1970, but the first computer was introduced in 1982. And we can also say these modern computers are also known as personal computers, because they can perform the task, they can perform the certain operations anytime. I'm right, है ना? So, how these computers can be categorized or divided in some further groups? They can be categorized according to their sizes and according to their memories, according to their storage capacity. We have to divide it into four parts. The first one is your microcomputer. The second one is your mini computer. The third one is mainframe computer. And the fourth one is supercomputer. Now started with microcomputer. But microcomputers are also known as personal computers because they can perform the task. And personal computers क्या होते हैं? Our desktop computers are called पर्सनल कंप्यूटर्स. या लैपटॉप है, ये सभी क्या आपके पर्सनल कंप्यूटर्स ही तो हैं, है ना? एंड फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर यूजिंग दीज माइक्रो कंप्यूटर्स इन अवर लैब्स, इन अवर स्कूल्स, इन अवर बैंक्स, in our offices. We are going to use all these in our daily lives. So desktop computers, these are also known as personal computers. And the microcomputer was the first greatest human invention, क्योंकि human ने सबसे पहले microcomputer को ही invent किया था, which is called personal computer. For example, your IBM PC. The name IBM suggest क्या करता है बेटा? The first desktop was introduced by IBM company. The full form of IBM is International Bureau Machine. Now the second one is mini computer. आप लोगों को लग रहा होगा the name indicates mini computer means they are very small computers. No, they are very big in sizes as compared to the microcomputers. They are very biggest in size and they can perform so many operations at a single time. They can allow the several of users, means they can allow the hundred of peoples, they can do their works at a single time. But in microcomputer, only one user can use it at a single time. So the difference between the microcomputer and mini computer is that in our microcomputer, only one user can use it at a time. But in mini computer, several hundreds of users can use it at a single time. Now, the mainframe computer. But the mainframe computers are very large computers because they have large memory and high speed. Okay, so we are using these computers in our where? In our like banks, in our biggest organizations, like bigger companies में. organizations का मतलब बेटा जो biggest firms होती हैं या companies होती हैं, वहां पर जहां पर इन computers को use किया जाता है ना. Secondly, आप इनको banks में भी use करते हो. If we want to handle the huge amount of data, or if we want to store the data of so many peoples, so for that the large memory is required and high speed is also required. So for that mainframe computers are used. Okay, and the last one is supercomputer. The name indicates supercomputer. Supercomputers क्या होते हैं बेटा? Supercomputers can handle the huge amount of data and we can use these computers in our space research, for example for the defense and for the weather forecasting, because they are very bigger in sizes, they are very large in size. But the one problem is there to maintain these computers. इन computers को maintain करना बहुत ज़्यादा complex हो जाता है because they are very large in size. Okay, for example like your Param, Anurag, Cray, these all are the examples of supercomputers. But the Param and Anurag, these computers are developed by our India. Okay, so as compared to the other computers, the supercomputers can perform the task very efficiently and very easily because they can handle the huge amount of data. Okay, so we have four types of computer, four types of modern computers. The first one is micro, then mini computer, mainframe computer and supercomputer. Thank you.